Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Alright guys, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews. Today's beer is from New Holland Brewing, and this is their, I'm probably going to butcher this, El Mole Ocho, which is a mole or mole is it's a sauce of central Mexico. So I've not experienced it as far as I know. On the back here it says El Mole Ocho from the High Gravity series, our exploration into the flavors of mole or mole, the legendary sauce of central Mexico, malty aroma and rich cocoa-laden body laced with an invigorating tinge of dried chilies and coffee. And here it's got the pairings on it. Pairings are poultry, red meat, and dark chocolate. Alcohol is 18.4% by volume, right on the back here. It says vintage 2011 right on the corner of the label. I mean, a lot of information there that you need to know right there on the labels. You ain't got to wipe the bottle down. You ain't got to look for no code. I mean, even if the beer is garbage, they're going in the right direction here. They're telling the information that you need to know. Thumbs up. New Holland is from Holland, Michigan. The style is a herb/spice beer. The food pairings for this, like it said on there, is the poultry, red meat, dark chocolate. The glassware is pint, becker, stein, mug. You could use the oversized wine glass. I got the Duvel glass here. The beer is not recommended for extended cellarings unless the ABV exceeds the average. Well, with 8% or 8.4, unless it's a hoppy beer, it's going to probably be okay for extended cellaring. It's got a 2011 vintage on there, so I mean, I'm sure it's going to keep 2-3 years, maybe even 4, even longer, if you keep it at between 45 and 50 degrees. Now, I mean, the temperature, a lot of people say, well, I've had that beer, but you gotta cellar it at the right temperature. I mean, you can keep the beer, and it's probably going to be okay, but it's going to be better if you cellared it at the right temperature. I mean, you know, you can stick it in your basement, and it could be 70 degrees there in the summertime. You say, oh yeah, it's cool enough down there. In the wintertime down there, it's probably 50 degrees, and you're going to have some variation of stuff there. So, the more constant you can keep the temperature of that beer, the better it's going to be in the long run. So. It's a rotating schedule on this beer, so I don't know how often they do it. Don't have that information. So, without further ado, and me flapping my gums any further, let's get the cap off of this. Alright, let's see if we can get any of the loose particles off of here so we don't get silver tinfoil down in our brew. Alright. 8% shouldn't produce a large hit, so let's get it down the center there. Alright, there you go. It's a little around there where you can see it. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's El Mole Ocho or El Mole Ocho. So I think it should be El Mole Ocho. It sounds better when you say it. El Mole Ocho. Alright guys, this beer, looking through the glass, it looks like a dark tea. I mean, it is crystal clear. I can see the bulb right through it. A lot of bubbles. Not a tremendous amount, but there is some bubbles streaming up from the bottom up on this one. So, not a tremendous amount of carbonation, not like I've seen online, but it's still got it going on in there. Real good looking beer in a glass. I mean, it's got a burgundy-esque color to it. Let's get a nose on this one, see what it's about. Not getting a lot of the chilies or spiciness there. I'm getting chocolate. Maybe just a little bit of coffee and roasted malt. Wow. Doesn't smell hot. Let's see if it is. Cheers, everybody. Roasted malt, coffee, maybe a little dark fruit. I'm getting a little spiciness tinge there, but it doesn't. I was expecting a lot more heat. I was not to the expect of maybe Cave Creek chili beer, but it's pretty tasty. It's got strange. It's got a strange taste. I guess that's the mole in it. I was expecting more flavors, more of a little bit of everything. Got just a little bit of heat, but I mean, it's like you may have took a quarter slice of a piece of jalapeno and just went eat, put it away. Not even enough to feel the heat hardly. It's a little different. A little more spiciness. But no, I was expecting more of a chocolatey or hot chocolate, or you know what I'm saying, a spicy hot. Instead of the hot being temperature hot, the hot being chili hot. So not what I was expecting. So it's right out of the fridge. We're gonna let it warm up, and I'll be back in. It's probably gonna take me about. I'm gonna share this. I'm probably got all I'm gonna drink of it right here. I'm not sold on it yet. It's like they've taken this beer and mixed it with another beer to get this to me. So like it's been mixed with something, but what do I know? I'll be right back, guys. Stick around. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around. Got just a little bit left in the glass here. It's not doing it for me, guys. It's and I like spicy stuff. I mean, it's an above average beer. I have to give it that. It is an above average beer. Final chug here, guys. After it warmed up, it has just got just a slight taste of the chili that's been put in here. So, I mean, I was expecting something completely different than what I got here. So, it's an above average beer. It's classified as a herbed / spice beer, and that's what it is. It's closer to, it don't have pumpkin or anything in it, but it's closer to a spiced pumpkin beer than just our standard beer would be. So, final chug. It has just got just a slight hint of the chilies in there. Otherwise, it's a weak beer, not a wheat, but a weak beer to me. There's nothing, the chocolate doesn't stand out, or the coffee doesn't stand out, or nothing stands out. And I mean, it's like a weak beer that's had just a little bit of chilies introduced into it. So, I mean, it's an above average beer. I mean, I'm glad I tasted it, and I'm glad I tried it, but it's not something that I would seek after or look to try again unless it was a different year, a different batch, or something like that. So didn't do a whole lot for me. So tonight I'm gonna give it a 5, which is a B minus. It's an above average beer, but it didn't, like I always say, it didn't blow my socks off or my hair back or anything like that, guys. So if you've seen it and you want to give it a try, give it a shot. I mean, it's not a bad beer. It's 8% or 8.4 according to the bottle. I have 8% on the sheet here, but it's a little bit stronger than that. And it's a bigger bottle. I don't think it's quite the bomber size. I may be mistaken on it. It may be. I don't see it on here anywhere. But anyway, Rate Beer has this at 87 overall and 93 in the style, and Barry Abbott comes in at a B on this one. I could probably give it a B, but it just didn't do it for me. And on top of that, it doesn't have any kind of date that I can see on the label here or anything. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with what I give it. I'm gonna give it to the 5, the B minus. So guys, if you've had it or seen it, pick it up if you want to give it a shot. And if you've had it, let me know what you think of it. Liked it, loved it, didn't, loved it, didn't, loved it. But didn't do it for me, guys. So as always, rate, comment, subscribe. I'm flapping my gums. I'm going back tomorrow. I try not to flap my gums so much. Sometimes them 8, 9, 10% beers will make me flap my gums sometimes. So see y'all tomorrow, guys.